A Hungarian woman named Sinesia explains that ever since she began to experience strange things around her new house, her dog suddenly started barking at something she couldn't see. One night, as she hears her dog barking again and running away in fear, she decides to look over the surveillance cameras, only to make a horrifying discovery. The dog is seen barking at a shadow figure as it runs across the room. On the following day, Sinesia discovers a piece of the wall was carefully removed, revealing a secret area of the attic. As Sinesia and her partner decide to investigate, something hiding in the dark shows itself to them. A pale figure is seen peeking out as they had enough and run out of there. He was working the night shift when he sees this. A truck driver from Mexico named Jesus uploaded a horrifying video where he explains that late one night while arriving at a truck stop, he saw what looked like a little girl moving behind his truck. As the man gets off and begins to look around, he makes a horrifying discovery. He sees what looks like a small white figure peeking at him from behind his truck. It can later be seen again peeking out as the man gets closer. After looking around, Jesus mentions he wasn't able to find anyone there. Due to all the inexplicable phenomena that happens while out late in the road, Jesus hates working night shift. A man from Mexico named Nathanael captured a haunting video. While driving back home with his friend, they notice a strange figure on the side of the road. Possibly thinking this could be someone in need, they go investigate.
No. Pero ahorita que pasamos, te dije, mira, güey, y ya me creíste, no tiro.
Miren, raza, no se alcanza a ver. Espérate, aguanta. Vente por acá abajo.
They find a dark silhouette kneeling down, but as they get closer, this happens.
No tengo ni puta idea.
The dark figure stands up as their friends run out of there. After this, the man explains he began to see a strange figure stalking him around his house. The figure's resemblance to the Mothman convinced many viewers Nathanael encountered it that night and now is being stalked by this entity. A woman named Lexi woke up from a nightmare, only to find out it followed her into reality.
I've never had a dream like this before. We were all laughing, right? We were laughing, ha ha ha, everything's fine. I got good vibes, and all of a sudden, they all look at me, and they're just lifeless. There's at least 30 people in the room, okay? And I got the most sick feeling. And all of a sudden, for some reason, I was wearing this cross in my dream. In my dream, I go like this, and I start to grip my cross. And he was just like, why are you scared? And then the person that I was talking to, he goes, why are you doing that? And then this is where I knew it was demonic. Just basically saying that God doesn't exist. He was like, what do you think he's gonna do for you? And I just backed up. And then I started praying to God. And then I felt myself being lifted up. Lifted. And everything just disappeared. And then I fucking woke up. So anyways, I was like, oh my God. I went in the kitchen because I was so fucking terrified, and I just said, I rebuke anything in the name of Jesus. Right after I said that, I heard 3 knocks on my front door, and I looked outside, and nobody was fucking there. And so after that, I was like, oh my fucking God, whatever I casted out of my house, it was trying to come in my house.
A few months before the nightmare, Lexi captured a horrifying moment of what could possibly be whatever's haunting her dreams. User Chiqui Chica captured a haunting moment while watching TV in her room one night. From the corner of her eye, she notices one of the family's mannequins suddenly move. The woman begins to record. To try and capture it on camera, she leaves the room to see if it moves.
The door just moved.
The door closes on its own, but as she gives it permission to do it again, this happens.
You can do it again. I won't watch.
Through the mirror, the left hand of the mannequin can be seen moving on its own. Given the fact that the figure only moved when it thought it wasn't being watched, makes all the other events much more suspicious. Could it be that everything happening was just a distraction for the mannequin to not get caught? Let me know your thoughts. A man was exploring an abandoned building when he finds out he's not alone. Urban Explorer Dark Places is a channel dedicated to showcasing the dangers in urban exploration, like still water and black mold. But on one particular video, the man's exploring an abandoned butchery, and everything seemed like a normal exploration. That is until he ventures deeper into the facility. The man begins to hear sounds coming from the basement, and begins to follow the source. At the very end, he finds his room lit with a red light, and as he sees what's inside, he makes a terrifying discovery. A person dressed in a cloak is seen performing some kind of ritual. User Kurobi uploaded a haunting video, explaining that while she was making her way back home one night with her friend, she decides to record a nearby building, but as she passes by a gate, she sees something horrifying. Someone can be seen standing at the gate with their arms stretched out as if he's being held there. Kurobi uploaded the ominous video trying to figure out just what exactly she saw that night hanging at the gate. They heard strange noises coming from the restrooms, but as they go to check, this happens. A haunting video was uploaded by Ed Kukui, where a group of students are investigating strange noises in an empty restroom. An unknown banging sound can be heard scaring the girls away, but as one of the girls decides to open the stall to see who's inside, they make a terrifying discovery. The pale, lifeless body of a student can be seen in the corner of the stall as the girls run in fear. The figure appears to come out of thin air since the girls just looked inside and no one was seen. For this reason, viewers believe this apparition was the spirit of a student who now haunts the school. A man from Argentina by the user Jonita explains that late one night, he woke up to one of his house's toys playing on its own. Not wanting to deal with the creepiness any further, he left it outside. On the following night, as he arrives home from work, he sees it again inside. After this, the man began to experience unexplicable events and seeing things moving on their own. But it's not until Jonita hears something in a room full of dolls that he would make a horrifying discovery.
No sé la verdad, qué decir.
As he looks around the room to see what made the sound, something begins to knock as it closes the door on him. Yet, nobody but the dolls were inside the room. She came back to say hi to her father from the afterlife. A mother from Texas who recently suffered the loss of her beloved daughter began seeing strange lights moving through her house. One day, as her husband is passing by her daughter's bedroom, they captured this. As they review the cameras, the voice of their daughter can be heard saying, as her father passed by her room. The couple is left speechless after hearing a girl inside their daughter's room who sounded exactly like their daughter. For this reason, the family believes this was the spirit of their daughter, reminding them that she'll always be with them.